Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to make a dog pound video, and it's so nice outside today. I thought I'd just work outside since we're going to do a nature themed dog pound, just stuff you can find outside or around the house. So I went outside in my backyard here and I found this vine thingy with some green leaves on it. I found a dandelion, so we'll try to use that yellow in there somewhere. I've got some leftover beet juice from my lunch. I've got some mustard that I'm gonna water down, and I've got some leftover coffee that was in the bottom of my coffee cup this morning. So I am gonna set all of that off to the side, and I'm kind of in my feels about some springtime today. So let me get this situated. Okay, is that about right? That looks about right. It's a little crooked. There we go. Okay, so I don't know. I wanted to do something with spring, and I have all this henbit in my yard, and it's super duper pretty. I don't know. I think maybe, just maybe, I will paint some flowers. So I'm going to sketch them out real quick first, just because it's a little easier for me to do that. I'm just going to draw it light till I get it right. I'm going to have a dandelion here. And a dandelion here. So I hope you guys are doing well with your online schooling. We're halfway through our first week. Everybody that I talked to this morning seemed to be feeling a little bit better about it, a little less overwhelmed and starting to find a groove. It sounds like you guys are having a harder time getting back to a regular sleep schedule after 2 weeks of spring break than you are anything else. So my kids can definitely relate to that. Some stems coming down here. And I'm gonna have, I'll do some leaves. Hey, those caffeine jitters are coming in good for these dandelion leaves. Lots of traffic noise. I'm pretty close to the highway, so. You could draw whatever you want. If you wanted to make some little cherry blossoms, that'd be pretty cool. Draw whatever you want. And maybe it would depend on what colors you've got. Some of you guys that have chickens at home, maybe you could paint some of your chickens or paint your pets or some of these trees and flowers that are coming up, or, you know, whatever you want, I guess. And let's see, maybe we'll do some tree blossoms coming down through here. I have my tree branch. We'll have lots of, I don't know, maybe I'll paint my flowers first and then come back in and draw the branch around that. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, again, because I'm going to be using lots of wet stuff, I do have my sketchy piece of aluminum foil under here just to keep it from going down through. And it's a little bit windy out, so I may have to figure out something to keep my paper from flying up. And let's see, I think I'm gonna try out this mustard, see how that works for me. I need a little bit of water in there. I guess you could paint with straight mustard. It's gonna be really chunky. Wow. Can you smell it? Just looking at it, can you smell that mustard? I'm gonna move that a little more downwind. There we go. So This is giving me some nice yellow here. It's probably a little too watered down. Maybe I should have painted straight mustard. Kind of an extension of the mud painting I did for my video this morning. I had a lot of people that were jumping on there with, what about this? Have you tried that? And I'm like, you know what? I have not, but I think we will. Glad that wasn't too runny. My goodness. Let's see if I can. Maybe that will be heavy enough to keep it from flying away. Okay, so the mustard is showing up, but not super, super dark. Yeah, it's all right. We'll see how that is. And where's my towel? Got my towel here to wipe my brush on. I think I'm gonna try to make some of this stuff green. So I'm just kind of wadding this up so I can smear it here. It's kind of hard to get any sense of neatness here. Maybe I can use this one. Oh wow, that one made purple. Cool. Did not expect that. All right. Whatever. So it's going to be kind of messy. And then I think what I'll do is after this is dry, I'll come back in with a fine tip Sharpie and draw all my details. This is going to look a little somewhat abstract, I think, when I'm done. Kind of cool. I should have used my dandelion on my dandelion. Gosh, darn it. Maybe I'll do another dandelion. Just make another one on here. Did not follow my instructions of draw light till you get it right, did I? It's all right. I have an eraser for just such an occasion. And I'm not getting super duper detailed with it because I can't get super detailed with my colors on here for now. So we're just gonna make it look a little bit abstract. If you wanna go all super detailed on it, spend a little bit more time, by all means, you let your OCD stand up loud and proud. So let's see what this dandelion does on this dandelion. I'm sorry, little dandelion. Oh my goodness. Well, for one, it's an eraser. That's cool. And also kind of a muddy yellow, but I think that's because I smeared it with my pencil, so that's all right. That's kind of cool. Let's see, what else? I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit before I try to do anything with that. Okay, so I'm gonna dip into this beet juice. This is gonna stain whatever it gets on, so I'm doing it outside. You wanna make sure that you're doing this on something else, an old newspaper, an old magazine, some saran wrap, a garbage bag. If you're a nerd and you have one of those plastic tablecloths like I do for arting on, then you can do that. So let's see, I'm gonna have little flower buds coming out here on the tip of my branch. Excuse my sniffles. I have seasonal allergies. Not the corona, I swear. Probably, I hope. So there's one full flower. This is a nice pink. Oh my goodness. I may paint with beet juice more. This is a really nice pink. Good call, Mom. We've got a couple flowers here. I can separate those. So if you've ever used watercolor, you know there's a lot of hurry up and wait. Paint one area, let it dry, then you can go back over it with a glaze and create values or separate shapes. So I'm doing a bit of that right now. Maybe I'll have one down here. So I'm just kind of going around in a circle and I'm making little flower petal shapes. I don't even really know what kind of flower I'm making. I'm just making some random flowers here. All of our pear trees are blooming and their little petals are kind of squared teardrop shapes, but if you wanted to make them heart shape or whatever, you can do that. And since we're going a little bit abstract, they don't really have to have any defined shape. And you could use Q-tips for this if you don't have a paintbrush at home. Or on my mud painting video, there's actually in the comments, one of my art teacher friends posted a picture of makeshift paintbrushes made with clothespins and various things around the house. So that was pretty neat. Shout out to old Holly. Let's see. Oops. Okay, that gets to be a double one now. I had a little bit too much paint on my paintbrush. That's fine. That's part of art is, oops, oh boy, how do I fix that? How do I make it intentional, or how do I work it into my design? Oh my goodness, I think I might do a whole page of just blossoms at some point. That's nice. I like that a lot. So somebody had mentioned using different spices in the kitchen. You could probably do that. All different sorts of condiments in your refrigerator are different colors. You know, get permission before you start arting it up with the food in the house. Again, I don't want hate mail. You know what? This is some really wussy coffee, and I don't know that it's going to be dark enough. That is some mighty disappointing coffee. I have an idea though. I'll be right back. So I have barbecue sauce and I have cinnamon. So let's try the cinnamon first. See if we can darken that up a little bit. That went so much smoother in my head. Huh. Well, you know what? We're gonna paint with it anyway. It's gonna be like that mud painting this morning. We'll see. Might even look like tree bark, who knows? Oh, it smells nice, that's for sure. Well, definitely has some tree bark qualities. All right, so that was a fail. If you're using tea or coffee, apparently you need to make it extra, extra, extra strong. Note to self for future reference. I'm gonna try a little bit of this here barbecue sauce. Yeah, it's better. It's probably gonna take a couple coats. Not that big a deal. And if you guys find something really cool that you think everybody else would want to hear about or see, share it with us. Because let's be honest, I'm not going anywhere, and I don't have a lot going on besides my art right now. I'm dealing with catching up with students, talking about their artwork. Okay, so that showed up pretty good. Okay, this is almost dry now, so I can come back over here to this. I bet I could use some of this really disappointing coffee to make some shadows on my dandelions. I'm about to go get some mud. Use a little bit of this purple. Dandelion stems are sometimes a little bit purpley. Get some of that going on there. I think I'll use some of that in the leaves as well. Okay, these are pretty dry now too. Whew. This smells like a barbecue and mustard. I add a little bit more value, or not value, well I guess value, I don't know. Add a little bit darker pink to some of these. Kind of make them look a little back behind or layered a bit. Some more buds going on here. So in hindsight, I think I would pretty much like make some espresso, really extra strong coffee or tea. For my tree branches. I don't really care for the barbecue sauce, mainly because the smell is starting to gross me out. But I really like the beet juice. And I think I actually like the dandelion yellow better than the mustard yellow, because the mustard yellow is drawing just a little bit brown. So I'll hit that with another coat and try to brighten it up a little bit, but we'll see what that does. If you're painting with food, you got to remember that sometimes it does dry a different color. Like you couldn't really use avocado for green because it's going to turn brown when it dries. You could probably use cucumber or zucchini peel though, and that would probably stay green. Probably really well even. It's not bad. Add to the ground on this. That wasn't dry. All right, so got a little bit of that going on here. I think I'm going to see if this guy works. Yeah, oh boy, big leak. Ooh, that's exciting. So this feels pretty dry. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go over it. And that's going over it just fine. It's gonna look like one of those old school herbology watercolored pictures almost a little bit. I think maybe I liked it better in pencil, I don't know. I have to try it again now that I have a better idea of how it's gonna work out for me. Okay, so barbecue sauce takes longer to dry. Good to know. Note to self. Oh, I forgot to do the little green thingies on this one. Oh well, that ship has sailed. Okay, this is still a little bit wet, so I don't think I'm going to come in and draw this stuff yet, but you guys get the general idea and the gist of it. You could probably make some little springtime fairies or garden gnomes or just plants or anything you wanted to on there. So see what you guys can find and come up with. Experiment with how they come out and how they dry, and show me how they turn out. Good luck. Happy scrounging, and can't wait to see what you guys find to use for pigments.